The happy Vesper Sparrow's melody. Once upon a time, in a magical forest filled with tall trees and colorful flowers, there lived a happy little sparrow named Vesper. Every morning, she would flutter to her favorite branch and sing her beautiful melody. Her song was so sweet that all the animals in the forest would stop what they were doing just to listen. Vesper loved to sing, and she loved to see her friends smile. One sunny day, she decided to sing even louder, hoping everyone would join in the fun. Vesper sang her heart out, and soon Ralph the rabbit hopped over, wiggling his nose. "What a lovely song, Vesper. Can I join you?" he asked. Vesper chirped happily. "Of course, Ralph. Let's make it a duet." So Ralph started to hum along, and their voices blended beautifully. One by one, other animals gathered around. Daisy the deer, Timmy the turtle, and even the butterflies fluttered by, eager to join the fun. The forest was alive with laughter and music. As they sang together, something magical happened. The forest began to sparkle, and colorful lights danced around them. The animals couldn't believe their eyes. "Wow, Vesper, your song is making the forest shine," shouted Daisy with excitement. Vesper felt a warm glow in her heart. She realized that sharing her melody made everyone happy. The more they sang, the brighter the forest became. It was a wonderful celebration of friendship and joy. From that day on, Vesper and her friends would gather every morning to sing together, filling the forest with joy and laughter. The happy Vesper Sparrow's melody became a symbol of friendship, reminding everyone that music is even more beautiful when shared. And so, in the magical forest, the sound of their laughter and song echoed through the trees, bringing smiles to all who heard it. The brave little Roadrunner's speed. In the warm desert under a big blue sky lived Ricky, the brave little Roadrunner. Ricky loved to run fast, faster than the wind. Every morning, he would race the breeze, darting past cacti and hopping over rocks. His feet went pitter-patter so quickly, it was like a little drum beat on the soft sand. Ricky was proud of his speed, but most of all, he loved to help his friends with his quick feet and brave heart. One day, as Ricky was practicing his speedy sprints, he heard a soft voice calling for help. It was Timmy, the tiny turtle, who looked lost and a little scared. "Oh, Ricky," said Timmy, "I wandered too far from my home, and now I don't know the way back." Ricky's heart felt big and brave. He said, "Don't worry, Timmy. I'll help you find your way home. We'll be there in no time because I'm very fast." With a happy nod, Ricky led the way, his speedy feet kicking up little clouds of dust. Timmy followed closely, feeling safer with each step. Along the path, Ricky told stories about the desert and all the friends they might meet. Suddenly, they heard a rustle in the bushes. A shy lizard popped out to say hello. Ricky slowed down so Timmy could meet the lizard, making their journey even more fun. As the sun began to dip low, painting the sky orange and pink, Ricky and Timmy saw Timmy's home near a big, shady cactus. Timmy was so happy. "Thank you, Ricky. You were so fast and brave to help me," he said with a big smile. Ricky felt proud but knew that being brave wasn't just about running fast, it was about helping friends too. They both laughed and promised to have many more adventures together. The brave little bear's forest. In the heart of a bright green forest lived Benny, the brave little bear. Benny was smaller than the other bears, but he had the biggest smile and the kindest heart. Every morning, Benny loved to explore the forest paths, listening to the birds sing and watching the butterflies dance. Though he was little, Benny dreamed of big adventures and helping his friends whenever they needed him. One sunny day, Benny heard a tiny cry coming from the bushes. Curious, he tiptoed over and found a little rabbit stuck in a tangle of vines. Benny carefully used his paws to untangle the vines, and the rabbit hopped out, smiling happily. "Thank you, Benny. You're very brave," said the rabbit. Benny blushed but felt proud. Helping a friend made him feel even braver than before. As Benny continued his walk, he met a shy squirrel who had lost her acorns. Benny promised to help find them. Together, they searched high and low, behind rocks and under leaves, until they found the acorns near a sparkling stream. The squirrel was so happy she gave Benny a tiny acorn as a thank you gift. Benny felt a warm glow inside. Helping others was the best adventure of all. Suddenly, a gentle breeze carried a colorful feather down from the treetops. Benny looked up and saw a bright bird singing high above. The bird swooped down and perched on Benny's nose, making him giggle. "You're the bravest little bear in the forest," chirped the bird. Benny laughed and realized that being brave wasn't just about size or strength. It was about kindness, helping friends, and sharing smiles. As the sun began to set, Benny felt happy and proud, knowing he had made the forest a friendlier place. The brave little bear walked home beneath the glowing sky, ready for tomorrow's new adventures. In the magical forest, courage was something everyone could share, big or small, young or old, just like Benny, the bravest little bear of all. The journey of Harry and Hannah. One sunny morning, Harry the little hedgehog woke up feeling extra curious. His best friend, Hannah the bright blue bird, chirped happily beside him. "Let's go on an adventure," Hannah said with a flutter of her wings. So off they went, stepping carefully through the soft moss and crunchy leaves of the whispering woods. The trees seemed to sway and hum as if welcoming their brave explorers. Harry and Hannah giggled, excited to see what magical things they might find. As they wandered deeper, they spotted a sparkling stream that twinkled like 1,000 tiny stars. Harry dipped his paw in the cool water while Hannah sang a happy tune. Around the stream, colorful flowers giggled and wiggled their petals when the breeze tickled them. Harry and Hannah laughed and danced with the flowers, feeling the joy of the forest's magic all around them. They knew this was only the start of their wonderful journey. Suddenly, Hannah spotted something amazing, a shining rainbow bridge stretching from one side of the forest to the other. "Look, Harry, let's cross it," she chirped excitedly. Together, they stepped onto the glowing bridge, feeling it shimmer beneath their feet. As they reached the middle, a treasure chest appeared, sparkling with all the colors of the rainbow. Inside, they found friendship bracelets made of twinkling leaves and tiny stars, a special gift to remind them of their magical journey forever. The little falcons dive. High up on a tall, rocky cliff lived a little falcon named Flicker. Flicker was small but full of dreams. Every day, he watched the other birds swoop and glide through the sky, wishing he could join them. His feathers were soft and shiny, and his eyes sparkled with curiosity. But Flicker was a little scared of flying too far. Today, he decided it was time to be brave and try his very first big dive from the cliff. Flicker took a deep breath and spread his tiny wings wide. The wind tickled his feathers as he leaned forward a little more. His friends, the wise owl and the playful squirrel, called out, "You can do it, Flicker. The sky is waiting for you." Flicker's heart thumped fast, but he remembered how fun it would be to fly, to feel the breeze under his wings, and to see the world from way up high. Then, with a joyful chirp, Flicker pushed off the cliff and dove into the air. At first, his wings fluttered quickly, and he felt a fluttery tickle in his tummy. But soon, the wind caught him, lifting him up higher and higher. Flicker swooped and soared, spinning with delight. Below him, the trees, river, and happy animals looked like tiny toys. Flicker had never felt so free and brave before. When Flicker finally glided back to the cliff, all his friends cheered and clapped their paws and wings. Flicker felt proud and happy, knowing he had faced his fear and discovered something amazing. From that day on, the little falcon wasn't just a dreamer. He was a flyer, ready for many more adventures in the wide, wonderful sky. The Chorus of Kindness. In a bright, sunny forest where flowers danced in the breeze lived a rabbit named Ruby. Ruby loved to hop around, singing sweet songs. One day, while bouncing through the meadow, she met Ollie the owl. "Hello, Ollie," she chirped. "Your feathers are so beautiful today." Ollie smiled, his heart fluttering like a butterfly. "Thank you, Ruby. Your singing is a delight." Excited by their kind words, Ruby and Ollie decided to spread kindness throughout the forest. They hopped and flew to find their friends. They found Felix the fox, who was feeling a bit blue. "Felix, you are so clever," Ruby exclaimed. Felix's ears perked up. "Really? Thank you. I feel much better now." Next, they visited Dina the deer, who loved to play hide and seek. "Dina, your games are the best," Ollie hooted. Dina blushed and replied, "Oh, thank you. Let's play together." With that, they all joined in a game, laughter ringing through the trees like music. As the day went on, all the animals gathered in a circle. Ruby suggested, "Let's share our kind words and make a chorus of kindness." One by one, the animals shared something kind about each other. They sang sweet praises, and their hearts filled with joy. The forest echoed with their beautiful chorus, making every creature feel special. From that day on, the forest was never the same. Every time someone felt down, their friends would sing the chorus of kindness, lifting their spirits. And so, in the heart of the forest, kindness became the most beautiful song of all, uniting every creature in a warm embrace. The Little Song Sparrow's Call. Once upon a time, in a sunny green forest, there lived a little song sparrow named Melody. She had the brightest feathers and the sweetest little beak. But there was one thing that made Melody different. She was too shy to sing her beautiful songs. Every morning, she would listen to the other birds chirp and tweet, but she just sat quietly on her branch, dreaming of the songs she wished she could sing. One bright morning, as the sun peeked through the leaves, Melody saw her friend Benny the rabbit hopping by. "Why don't you sing, Melody?" he asked, twitching his nose. "Your songs would make the flowers bloom even brighter." But Melody just shook her head. She wanted to sing, but the thought of it made her heart race. Then came wise old Ollie the owl, swooping down from his tree. "Melody, my dear," he said with a twinkle in his eye, "everyone has a special song inside them. You must let it out." With a flutter of her wings, Melody thought about Ollie's words. Could she really share her song with the world? Feeling a little braver, Melody took a deep breath and closed her eyes. She imagined the flowers dancing to her song, the trees swaying, and the sun smiling down. With all her might, she opened her beak and sang a sweet, cheerful tune. The forest filled with her lovely melody, and all the animals stopped to listen. From that day on, Melody sang every morning, brightening the forest with her beautiful songs. The flowers bloomed brighter, and all her friends danced around her, celebrating the little song sparrows call. And Melody learned that sharing her voice was the best gift of all. The Little Mermaid's Treasure. Deep beneath the shimmering ocean, there lived a little mermaid named Myra. She had sparkling blue eyes and a tail that glistened like the morning sun. One sunny day, while exploring the coral reefs with her friends, a playful clownfish named Bubbles, a curious starfish called Twinkle, and a gentle sea turtle named Shelley, Myra discovered something unusual hidden in the sand. It was an old, wooden treasure chest covered in seaweed and tiny shells. Myra's heart leapt with excitement as she wondered what magical treasure could be inside. Myra and her friends gathered around the chest, but it was tightly locked. They tried to open it together, but the lock wouldn't budge. Suddenly, Shelley suggested, maybe the treasure isn't gold or jewels. Maybe it's something special that needs a kind heart to unlock. Myra smiled and gently touched the chest, whispering, "We'll find the key with kindness and teamwork." With hope sparkling in their eyes, the friends decided to look for clues around the reef to find the magical key. As they searched, Bubbles spotted a shiny pearl hidden inside a clam. Twinkle found a sparkling shell shaped like a star. Shelley discovered a smooth, glowing stone near the sea plants. Could these be the keys? Myra wondered. Suddenly, the chest began to glow softly. She placed the pearl, shell, and stone on the chest's lid. With a gentle click, the lock opened, revealing not gold or jewels, but a glowing heart-shaped shell. Myra realized the treasure was the love and friendship they shared, the true magic of the sea. Myra held the glowing heart-shaped shell close and said, "Our greatest treasure is being together and caring for each other." Bubbles swam in happy circles, Twinkle shone brighter than ever, and Shelley smiled wisely. From that day on, the friends knew that kindness and friendship were the most magical treasures in the ocean. And every time the sun's rays danced on the waves, the Little Mermaid's treasure glowed softly, reminding everyone beneath the sea of the power of love. The happy team of Harry and Hannah. In the heart of a bright and sunny forest, Harry the bunny and Hannah the squirrel were the happiest friends you could ever meet. Every morning, they would hop and scurry through the trees, giggling and searching for fun. Today was extra special because they decided to become the happy team and help their forest friends find lost treasures hidden all around. With their big smiles and curious eyes, they were ready for an adventure full of surprises. First, Harry and Hannah heard a tiny chirp from above. It was Bluebird, fluttering nervously. "Oh no, I lost my shiny blue feather," Bluebird said sadly. The happy team put on their thinking caps and started searching together. Under bushes, behind tree trunks, and near sparkling streams, they looked everywhere. Suddenly, Hannah spotted something gleaming near a patch of daisies. It was Bluebird's shiny feather. Bluebird chirped joyfully and thanked them with a happy song. Next, the happy team heard soft footsteps. It was Daisy the deer, looking worried. "I lost my lucky leaf necklace," she said with a sigh. Harry and Hannah joined paws and searched carefully under tall ferns and soft moss. Suddenly, Hannah's sharp eyes spotted the necklace hanging on a low branch, twinkling in the sunlight. Daisy's eyes sparkled with happiness as she put on her necklace. "Thank you, happy team. You make the forest shine brighter," she smiled. Finally, Harry and Hannah found a little treasure chest hidden beneath a pile of colorful autumn leaves. What could be inside? Hannah wondered aloud. The chest creaked open, revealing sparkling acorns and shiny pebbles, treasures for all their forest friends to share. Everyone gathered around, laughing and clapping. Harry and Hannah beamed with pride. They knew that the happiest treasure was the joy they shared together as a team. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with pink and orange, Harry and Hannah snuggled close and smiled. "We had the best day ever," said Harry. "Yes," agreed Hannah, "because when we work together and help others, every day is magical." The happy team waved goodbye to their friends and promised to have many more adventures. And in the forest, laughter and friendship twinkled just like the stars that began to shine above. The brave little butterfly. In a sunny garden full of bright flowers lived a tiny butterfly named Bella. Bella's wings sparkled with orange and yellow colors that shone in the sunlight. Although Bella was small, she dreamed of exploring the big, beautiful garden beyond the tall daisies and colorful tulips. Every day, she fluttered her little wings and imagined all the exciting places she could visit and the new friends she might meet. One morning, Bella decided it was time to be brave and fly beyond her usual garden patch. At first, she felt a little scared because everything looked so big and new. But Bella took a deep breath and flapped her wings with all her might. As she flew, she met a friendly ladybug named Lucy, who smiled and said, "Hello, Bella. Would you like to explore with me?" Together, they danced among the petals and laughed happily under the warm sun. Further along, Bella and Lucy found a gentle caterpillar named Carl munching on a leaf. Carl looked up and said, "I'm slow, but I love watching the garden grow." Bella smiled and told Carl about her brave adventure. Inspired by Bella's courage, Carl decided to join the fun. Together, the three friends explored the garden, finding sparkling dewdrops and tiny hidden bugs that twinkled like stars in the morning light. Suddenly, a gentle breeze began to blow, and Bella felt the wind lift her higher than ever before. At first, she fluttered quickly, feeling a little nervous, but then she realized she was flying bravely, just like she always dreamed. She giggled with delight as she soared over the flowers with her friends cheering below. Bella learned that even though she was tiny, her heart was big and brave, ready for any adventure that came her way. As the sun began to set, Bella and her friends rested on a cozy leaf, watching the garden glow with warm colors. Bella felt happy and proud because she had been brave and discovered so many wonderful things. She knew that every day could be an adventure if she believed in herself. And from that day on, Bella the brave little butterfly fluttered joyfully through the garden, ready to explore new dreams with her friends by her side. The Red Adventure of Ruby and Ryan. One sunny morning, Ruby and Ryan, two little red fox siblings, found a shiny red balloon tied to a tree in the middle of the red forest. The balloon shimmered in the sunlight and seemed to hum softly with magic. Curious and excited, Ruby reached out and touched it, and suddenly the balloon lifted gently into the air, carrying the two foxes up into the sky. They giggled with delight as they floated over the treetops, seeing the forest from way up high. As they floated gently down, the balloon carried them to a sparkling clearing filled with red flowers and friendly red animals. A bright cardinal bird chirped a happy tune, and a tiny red ladybug landed softly on Ryan's nose. Ruby laughed and said, "Look, Ryan, the forest is full of red friends just like us." They played and danced with the animals, feeling the magic of the red forest all around them. Suddenly, the balloon glowed brighter and floated toward a big red oak tree with sparkling leaves. Ruby and Ryan saw a puzzle carved into the bark, shapes of stars, hearts, and circles all glowing red. They realized they had to touch the shapes in the right order to help the forest shine even more brightly. Working together, Ruby and Ryan tapped the shapes carefully, and the whole tree lit up like a glowing lantern, spreading warm red light everywhere. With the puzzle solved, the red forest came alive in bright reds and warm glows, and all the animals gathered to celebrate. Ruby and Ryan felt proud and happy. They had helped the forest sparkle like never before. As the sun began to set, the magical balloon gently floated them back home, where they stretched and yawned, dreaming of their next big adventure in the colorful world around them. The Moon of Imagination. Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived a curious girl named Luna. Every night, she would gaze at the moon, dreaming of all the adventures it could bring. One night, as she looked up, the moon began to shimmer and glow even brighter. "Oh, what if the moon could take me on an adventure?" she wondered, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Suddenly, a soft, fluttering sound caught her attention. Out from the shadows flew Oliver, a wise old owl with sparkling eyes. "Hello, Luna. The Moon of Imagination is waiting for you. Come, let's explore." With a flap of his wings, he invited her to follow him into the magical night. As they soared high into the sky, Luna spotted twinkling stars that danced and played. "Look, squeaked Felix, a playful little fox who joined them. "We can make wishes on the stars. What do you wish for?" Luna closed her eyes tightly and wished for endless adventures and laughter. With each wish, the stars twinkled brighter until they transformed into colorful stories swirling around them. "See those stories?" Oliver hooted. "They are your imagination coming to life." Luna felt a rush of happiness as she danced among the tales of brave knights, silly animals, and faraway lands. As dawn began to break, Luna realized it was time to return home. "Thank you, Oliver and Felix," she said with a big smile. "I will always remember the moon of imagination and the adventures we had." With a wave goodbye, she floated back down to her village, her heart filled with dreams and stories to share. The Tiny Tiger's Roar. Once upon a time, in a bright green jungle, lived a small tiger named Tiny. Tiny Tiger was not like the other tigers. His stripes were short and his paws were little. But Tiny had the biggest dream of all. He wanted to roar just like the big tigers. "I want everyone to hear me," he exclaimed. He looked around, hoping to find a way to make his roar as mighty as the tallest trees. One sunny day, Tiny Tiger decided to ask his friends for help. He scampered to see Ollie the owl, who was perched high in a tree. "Ollie, how can I make a big roar?" Tiny asked. Ollie fluffed his feathers and smiled. "You don't need to be big to have a loud roar, Tiny. Just be yourself." Tiny thought hard, but he still felt unsure. "What if I can't do it?" he worried. Next, Tiny Tiger visited Momo the monkey. "Momo, can you help me roar like a big tiger?" he asked. Momo giggled and swung down to Tiny's level. "Of course, let's practice together." They both took a deep breath. Tiny tried to roar, but it came out more like a squeak. Momo laughed and said, "That's a cute roar. Let's try again." Tiny felt a little better, but still wanted to sound like a lion. Finally, Tiny Tiger approached Ellie the elephant. "Ellie, I want a roar that everyone will hear," he exclaimed. Ellie looked down at Tiny with kindness. "You know, Tiny, your roar is special just the way it is. Let's try it together and I'll cheer you on." With Ellie's encouragement, Tiny took a deep breath and let out his tiny roar. It was small, but it was full of heart. With his friends gathered around, Tiny took one last deep breath. He let out his best roar yet. "Roar!" It echoed through the jungle, and to his surprise, all the animals stopped to listen. Tiny realized that even a tiny roar could be heard if it was filled with courage. The jungle cheered, and Tiny felt proud. "I did it!" he shouted, and his friends clapped their paws and wings in joy. The Imaginary Friends of Ivy and Ian. Every morning, Ivy and Ian wake up to a very special surprise. Their imaginary friends come to life. Today, the fluffy purple dragon named Dazzle swoops in with glittery wings, while Jiggy the tall giraffe stretches her long neck to say hello. Ivy giggles as the bouncing green bunny, Bop, twirls around her feet, and Ian claps his hands when the tiny fairy, Flicker, sprinkles sparkling dust all around. Their playroom turns into a magical land where colors dance and laughter fills the air. Today, Ivy and Ian decide to go on an adventure to find the rainbow treasure. With Dazzle leading the way, they imagine flying over fluffy clouds painted in every color. Jiggy stretches her neck to help spot the treasure from above, while Bop bounces happily beside them. Flicker lights up the path with her glowing wings. Together, they imagine a world where trees sing songs and rivers sparkle like diamonds. Every step is filled with wonder and excitement, and Ivy and Ian's laughter makes the adventure even more magical. As the sun begins to set, Ivy and Ian's magical journey comes to an end. They thank their imaginary friends for the wonderful day filled with fun and friendship. Dazzle curls up softly in the corner, Jiggy gently lowers her head to say goodbye, Bop gives a happy hop, and Flicker twinkles one last time before resting. Ivy and Ian feel warm and happy, knowing their friends will always be there whenever they want to imagine new adventures. With a big yawn, they snuggle close, ready to dream of all the magic tomorrow will bring. The Happy Vesper Sparrow's Melody. In a bright, happy forest lived a tiny Vesper Sparrow named V. Every evening, as the sun began to dip behind the trees, V would sit on her favorite branch and sing a special melody. Her song was soft and sweet, like a gentle hug made of music. The animals in the forest loved to listen, and they would stop their busy playing just to hear V's happy tune. Her melody made the leaves dance and the flowers smile. One evening, a soft breeze whispered through the forest and carried V's melody far and wide. The tune floated over hills and streams, reaching even the shyest animals hidden in the bushes. Soon, the birds began to chirp along, the rabbits thumped their feet, and even the deer lifted their heads to join in. V was surprised and delighted. Her little song was growing bigger and happier with every note shared. Together, V and all her forest friends made the happiest melody anyone had ever heard. Their song filled the air like a rainbow made of sound, wrapping the forest in a warm, happy hug. As the stars twinkled above, the animals knew that every evening would be a time to sing, laugh, and share their special song. And V, she felt her heart soar higher than ever, knowing her melody brought so much joy to everyone around. The Little Family of Lily and Leo. In a bright, sunny forest lived a little family, Lily the bunny and Leo the lion cub. They loved to play and explore together every day. One morning, as the sun painted the sky with golden colors, Lily and Leo decided to visit a magical place called Rainbow Meadow. It was said to be full of colors, laughter, and surprises. Holding paws, they hopped and trotted through the tall green trees, feeling the soft breeze and hearing birds sing happy songs. When Lily and Leo reached Rainbow Meadow, their eyes sparkled. The meadow was covered with flowers of every color you could imagine. Butterflies danced around them, and the air smelled sweet like honey. Suddenly, a friendly squirrel popped out from behind a bush, waving its tiny paws. "Welcome to Rainbow Meadow," it said with a smile. Lily and Leo giggled and joined the squirrel, ready for a day of fun and new friends. As they played, a wise owl swooped down from a tall tree. "Hello, little explorers," hooted the owl. "Would you like to find the sparkling stream that sings when the sun shines? Lily and Leo nodded eagerly. The owl led them gently through the meadow until they heard a soft, tinkling sound. There it was, the sparkling stream, glistening like diamonds. The little family sat by the water, feeling happy and peaceful, sharing stories and laughter under the warm sun. As the day turned to evening, the sky painted itself with a big, beautiful rainbow stretching across the meadow. Lily and Leo hugged their new friends and promised to visit again soon. They walked back home, their hearts full of joy and their minds filled with wonderful memories. Together, the little family knew every day held magic when they were side by side, exploring and caring for one another in their bright, friendly forest. The Little House Finch's Chirp. In a sunny garden full of bright flowers and tall green trees lived a little house finch named Finn. Finn was small, with soft brown feathers and a cheerful sparkle in his eyes. Every morning, he would perch on the branch of his favorite tree and sing a sweet chirp that made the whole garden smile. But Finn wasn't sure if his chirp was special, until one day something magical happened. As Finn chirped his morning song, the flowers around him began to stretch and bloom in dazzling colors. Pink petals opened wide, yellow sunflowers turned toward him, and purple violets swayed in the soft breeze. The garden seemed to wake up and dance along with Finn's tune. The little finch blinked in surprise and chirped a little louder, making the magic happen again. Suddenly, a curious rabbit hopped closer, twitching its nose to listen. A friendly squirrel climbed down the tree to watch Finn's magical chirp. Even the buzzing bees hovered nearby, humming happily. Everyone in the garden wanted to hear Finn's special song. With a happy heart, Finn chirped louder and clearer, making the garden brighter and the friends' smile wider. Finn realized his little chirp wasn't just a sound. It was a happy song that could brighten days and bring friends together. From that day on, every morning, Finn sang his magical chirp, filling the garden with colors, smiles, and laughter. And all the garden's friends knew that no matter how small you are, your special song can make the world a wonderful place. The Little Falcon's Dive. Once upon a time, in a bright green forest, there lived a little falcon named Finn. Finn was brave and curious, always dreaming of soaring high in the sky. One sunny morning, as he perched on the tallest tree, he watched the other birds dive and swoop. "I want to dive like them," he chirped excitedly. Finn's friends, Bella the bunny and Toby the turtle, came to cheer him on. "You can do it, Finn," Bella said, hopping up and down. "Just spread your wings and let the wind take you." Toby smiled wisely. "Remember to trust yourself, little falcon." Finn felt a flutter of excitement in his tummy. Taking a deep breath, Finn spread his wings wide. He looked down at the soft grass below and thought of all the fun he could have. "Here I go," he shouted, and with a brave flap of his wings, he leaped off the branch. Whoosh! Down he went in a fantastic dive, the wind rushing past his feathers. Finn felt free. He twirled and soared, dipping and diving with glee. Bella and Toby watched in awe as their little friend flew like the wind. "You did it, Finn! You're flying!" Bella cheered. Finn laughed, spinning in the air, feeling like the happiest falcon in the world. With a gentle landing, Finn touched down beside his friends. "That was amazing," he exclaimed. Bella hopped over and hugged him. "You were so brave." Toby nodded. "You can always dive again, Finn. Just remember, every adventure starts with a leap of faith." Finn smiled, feeling proud and ready for more fun. The little scissor-tailed flycatcher's tale. In a sunny meadow filled with colorful flowers and buzzing bees, lived a little scissor-tailed flycatcher named Tilly. She was special because her tail was long and split like a pair of scissors. Every time she flew, her tail made a swoosh-swish sound that made her friends giggle with delight. Tilly loved flying high and dipping low, swirling through the sky like a dancer with her beautiful tail shining in the sunlight. One day, while Tilly was fluttering near the big oak tree, she noticed her tail made a funny noise when she twirled fast. Curious, she tried spinning and swirling more, and suddenly, her tail whooshed so loudly that it made the leaves dance and the flowers sway. Tilly's eyes sparkled with surprise. Could her tail be magical? She decided to find out by practicing her special tail moves every day. As Tilly played with her tail's magic, she found she could help her friends too. When the little bunny was stuck in a bush, Tilly swooshed her tail gently to clear the twigs away. When the butterflies wanted to dance but the wind was too soft, Tilly's tail made the breeze just perfect for their fluttery ballet. Everyone cheered and hugged Tilly, happy for her kind and magical tail. One evening, as the sun began to set and painted the sky with orange and pink, Tilly perched on her favorite branch feeling proud and happy. Her tail wasn't just pretty, it was special and useful too. She realized that being different made her unique and that her tail's magic came from her heart. With a joyful chirp, Tilly spread her wings, ready for new adventures and more magical moments. The photo album of memories. Once upon a time, in a cozy little house, lived a girl named Lily. One sunny afternoon, she found an old photo album tucked away on a shelf. Curious, she opened it, and to her surprise, the pictures sparkled and twinkled. "Wow, what is this magic?" she exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. As Lily turned the pages, one photo popped out. It was of her first birthday party, filled with balloons and laughter. Suddenly, she was whisked away to that magical day. She saw her friends, balloons floating high, and yummy cake waiting to be eaten. "This is the best day ever," Lily giggled. With a flip of the page, Lily found another photo of a sunny picnic in the park. In an instant, she was surrounded by her family, a blanket full of yummy sandwiches and playful squirrels. "Let's share our sandwiches," Lily laughed as the squirrels danced around her. Finally, Lily turned to a photo of her playing with her puppy in the backyard. The moment she stepped into the picture, Puppy wagged its tail and barked happily. Together, they chased butterflies and rolled in the grass. "You're my best friend," she said, hugging her puppy tightly. After all the adventures, Lily smiled as she closed the photo album. "What a wonderful journey through my memories," she said. Every picture is a treasure that makes me smile. And from that day on, Lily knew that memories were magical, just like her special photo album. The brave little Kestrel's hunt. Once upon a time, high in the blue sky, lived a brave little Kestrel named Kiki. Kiki loved to soar and swoop through the air, feeling the wind ruffle her feathers. One sunny morning, she woke up with a growling tummy. "Today is the day I will find my first meal," she chirped excitedly. Off she flew, gliding over the sparkling stream and the blooming meadow below. As Kiki soared, she spotted her friend Oliver the wise old owl resting on a tree branch. "Good morning, Kiki. What are you up to?" asked Oliver, his big round eyes sparkling. "I'm on a hunt for my first meal," Kiki replied. "Can you help me?" Oliver thought for a moment and said, "Look for the little critters hiding in the grass. They might be just what you need." With Oliver's advice in her heart, Kiki spotted a flash of movement below. It was Sammy the squirrel. "Hey, Sammy," she called out. "Have you seen any tasty treats around here?" Sammy grinned and pointed with his tiny paw. "The grass is full of crunchy bugs. You just have to look closely." Kiki thanked her friend and flew lower, her eyes scanning the grass. Kiki focused her gaze and spotted a tiny bug hopping in the grass. "There you are," she chirped and swooped down with excitement. With a quick flap of her wings, Kiki caught the bug. She couldn't believe it. She had found her first meal. "Hooray!" she cried, soaring up into the sky. Kiki felt proud and brave, ready for more adventures ahead. The happy lesser Goldfinch's chirp. In a bright, sunny meadow filled with colorful flowers and tall green grass lived Sunny, a happy little lesser goldfinch. Every morning, Sunny would sing the sweetest chirps that made all the flowers dance and the butterflies flutter around joyfully. His chirp was so cheerful and bright. It was like a tiny sunshine song that made everyone smile. Sunny loved sharing his happy chirp with all his meadow friends, and they loved to hear it. One morning, Sunny woke up and tried to chirp, but no sound came out. He felt puzzled and a little worried. Where did his chirp go? Determined to find it, Sunny flapped his tiny wings and decided to go on an adventure across the meadow. He hoped to find his chirp hiding somewhere, ready to come back and fill the air with joy again. Sunny first met Bella, a shy blue butterfly resting on a bright daisy. "Have you seen my chirp?" Sunny asked. Bella smiled softly and said, "Maybe it's playing hide and seek. Let's look together." So, Sunny and Bella fluttered past daisies and dandelions, searching for the missing chirp with wide eyes and hopeful hearts. Next, they met Leela, a tiny ladybug crawling on a green leaf. "I haven't seen your chirp, Sunny," Leela said kindly, "but maybe your chirp is waiting for you to share it again." Sunny wondered what Leela meant and felt a tiny spark of hope inside. Could his chirp be waiting for him to be brave and happy once more? Finally, Sunny and his friends reached the old wise tree with a big smile on its bark. "Sometimes," said the tree in a deep, gentle voice, "your chirp is not lost. It's inside your heart, waiting for you to feel happy and share it again." Sunny closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and remembered all the fun he had with his friends. Suddenly, a tiny chirp popped out, then another, growing louder and merrier. Sunny's chirp filled the meadow once again, happier and brighter than ever. All the flowers swayed, butterflies danced, and even the old tree seemed to hum along. Sunny learned that happiness grows when shared with friends, and that sometimes all it takes is a little courage to find your own song again. And from that day on, Sunny's chirp was a melody of friendship and joy that echoed through the meadow every morning. The friendly seahorse's tale. Deep beneath the sparkling waves lived Sammy, a friendly little seahorse with the most special tail in the whole ocean. His tail wasn't just colorful, it could swirl and sparkle like magic. Every day, Sammy loved to explore the coral gardens and say hello to his ocean friends, always ready to help with a smile and a twirl of his tail. One sunny morning, Sammy heard a tiny cry. It was Tina the tiny turtle, stuck in a tangle of seaweed. Sammy swished his magical tail, and with a gentle whirl, the seaweed untwisted and freed Tina. "Thank you, Sammy," Tina smiled, her eyes shining with joy. Sammy felt happy knowing his tail could help friends in need. As the day went on, Sammy's tail helped more friends. He painted pictures in the sand for shy starfish and made bubbly dances for giggling clownfish. Everywhere Sammy went, his magical tail brought laughter and light, making the ocean a happier place for everyone beneath the waves. When night came, Sammy's tail glowed softly, lighting up the dark ocean like a tiny lantern. His friends gathered around, feeling safe and warm under the twinkling light. Sammy realized that being kind and using his special tail made the whole ocean shine brighter, and that was the greatest magic of all. The happy Tropicbird's tale. High above a sparkling blue sea, Tilly the Tropicbird loved to dance with the wind. Her long, shiny tail feathers fluttered like ribbons as she twirled and swooped through the sunny sky. Every morning, she sang happy songs that made the ocean waves sparkle even brighter. All the animals on the island smiled when they heard Tilly's cheerful tunes and watched her joyful dances. One day, while Tilly was playing near the shore, her tail feathers got tangled in bright green and purple seaweed that had washed up on the sand. She tried to pull free, but the seaweed held tight. Tilly felt a little worried, but remembered her happy songs and began to sing softly. Soon, her friends heard her and came to help. First came Carl the crab, clicking his claws with excitement. "Don't worry, Tilly, we'll help you get free." Next, Dolly the dolphin splashed in the waves, and Timmy the turtle slowly waddled over. Together, they pulled and tugged at the seaweed until Tilly's tail was finally free. Tilly twirled in the air, her tail sparkling even brighter than before. Tilly laughed with joy and sang a happy song to thank her friends. "Thank you for helping me. When we all work together, we can solve any problem." From that day on, Tilly's dances were even more joyful, and she always shared her happiness with everyone on the island. Her sparkling tail reminded everyone that kindness and teamwork make the world shine brighter. The Little Hand of Hannah. Once upon a time, in a sunny little town, there lived a girl named Hannah. Hannah had a special hand, a little hand that could draw the most wonderful pictures. With her crayons in hand, she would sit under her favorite tree and create colorful worlds full of giggles and smiles. One day, Hannah drew a fluffy bunny with big, floppy ears. She wished with all her heart for the bunny to hop out of her drawing. And just like magic, the bunny wiggled its nose and jumped right into her lap. "Thank you for bringing me to life," said the bunny with a cheerful grin. Hannah and the bunny, whom she named Binky, became the best of friends. They played hide and seek among the flowers, danced with the butterflies, and even made up silly songs. Every time Hannah drew something new, it would come to life, and their adventures grew more exciting. One sunny afternoon, Hannah decided to draw a huge rainbow. She wished for it to be the brightest ever. Suddenly, the sky filled with colors and the rainbow arched above them, sparkling and shimmering. "Let's slide down it," Binky exclaimed. Together, they climbed up and whooshed down the rainbow, laughing all the way. As the sun began to set, Hannah and Binky returned to their favorite tree. "Thank you for the best day ever," Hannah said, hugging her fluffy friend. And as she drew a picture of their adventures, she knew that with her little hand, every day could be magical. The Kindness Club with Katie and Kyle. And so, they decided to invite their friends to join them. They made colorful posters and hung them around the park, inviting everyone to come to their first meeting. And so, they decided to invite their friends to join them. They made colorful posters and hung them around the park, inviting everyone to come to their first meeting. Everyone cheered. They decided to take turns doing kind deeds every day. From sharing snacks to picking up litter, the Kindness Club was ready for adventure. Everyone cheered. They decided to take turns doing kind deeds every day. From sharing snacks to picking up litter, the Kindness Club was ready for adventure. The neighbor's face lit up with joy, and she thanked them with freshly baked cookies. "You kids are so kind," she said. "Kindness is the best superpower." The neighbor's face lit up with joy, and she thanked them with freshly baked cookies. "You kids are so kind," she said. "Kindness is the best superpower." And so, Katie and Kyle promised to always keep spreading kindness, and their hearts were filled with joy. And so, Katie and Kyle promised to always keep spreading kindness, and their hearts were filled with joy. The Little Lawrence's Goldfinch's Song. In a sunny forest, there lived a little goldfinch named Lawrence. He had a dream. Lawrence wanted to sing the sweetest song that the forest had ever heard. Every morning, he would practice. He chirped and twirled, but his song just didn't sound right. "Oh, I wish I could sing beautifully," he sighed, fluttering his tiny wings. One day, while practicing, Lawrence met a fluffy rabbit named Benny. "What's wrong, little friend?" Benny asked, twitching his nose. Lawrence told him about his dream. "Let's gather some friends, we can help you," Benny exclaimed. Excited, Lawrence nodded, flapping his wings with joy. Soon, the wise old owl named Ollie and the playful squirrel named Sammy joined in. "We can help you find the right notes," Ollie hooted. Sammy danced around, saying, "Let's have a music party." With their encouragement, Lawrence felt brave. Together, they sang and danced. Lawrence tried again, and this time his song began to sparkle. As the sun began to set, the forest filled with the delightful sound of laughter and song. Lawrence sang his heart out, and the animals cheered. "Your song is beautiful, Lawrence," they shouted. In that moment, Lawrence realized that it wasn't just about being perfect. It was about sharing joy with friends. The Little Lark's Song. In a bright green forest, there lived a little lark named Leela. Every morning, she would open her beak wide and sing the sweetest song. Her melody was soft and cheerful, and it made the flowers bloom even brighter. All the animals loved to hear Leela sing because her song made the forest feel happy and alive. One day, the forest felt quiet and still. The clouds hid the sun, and the animals seemed sad. Leela tried to sing, but her voice felt too small to chase away the gloom. She looked at her friends and wished she could help them feel happy again. Then, she took a deep breath and sang louder than ever before, filling the forest with her joyful tune. Slowly, the clouds began to part, and a warm golden sunshine spread across the forest. The animals lifted their heads, their eyes sparkling with joy. They began to dance and hop around Leela, who sang her heart out. Her little song had grown big and bright, just like the smiles on all her friends' faces. From that day on, Leela knew her voice, no matter how small, could make magic happen. The Big Heart of Harry. In a sunny, green forest lived a little bear named Harry. Harry was not just any bear. He had a big heart that was full of love. Every day, he would wander through the forest, waving to his friends and spreading cheer wherever he went. "Good morning, everyone," he would call, and all the animals would smile back. Harry loved to help, whether it was picking flowers for the rabbits or sharing his honey with the birds. One day, as Harry was exploring, he heard a soft whimper. Curious, he followed the sound and found a little bird with a hurt wing. "Oh no, don't worry, little friend, I'll help you," Harry said, his heart swelling with kindness. He carefully picked up the bird and took it to his cozy tree stump. He made a soft bed with leaves and brought some berries for lunch. The little bird chirped happily, feeling safe and loved. As days went by, the little bird grew stronger, and soon it was time to fly again. "Thank you, Harry, you have the biggest heart," the bird chirped joyfully. Harry felt a warm glow inside. He had learned that sharing love and kindness could make a big difference. With a wave and a smile, the bird took to the sky, and Harry cheered, feeling proud of his big heart. From that day on, Harry continued to share his big heart with everyone in the forest. Whether it was helping a friend in need or just making someone smile, he knew that love was the greatest treasure of all. And so, the little bear with the big heart became the happiest bear in the forest, surrounded by friends and filled with joy. The Guitar of Gratitude. In a little village painted with bright colors and laughter, there lived a cheerful girl named Leela. One sunny morning, while playing by the big oak tree, Leela found a small, shiny guitar hidden in the grass. It wasn't an ordinary guitar. Its strings sparkled like stars, and it hummed quietly as if it had a secret song inside. Curious and excited, Leela picked it up, feeling its magic tickle her fingers. As Leela strummed the strings, a gentle melody filled the air, soft and sweet like a lullaby. Suddenly, her friend Max walked by and said, "Thank you for sharing your toys yesterday." The guitar twinkled and played a happy tune all by itself. Leela's eyes sparkled with surprise. She realized the guitar loved the magic word, "thank you," and sang a special song whenever someone showed gratitude. Excited, Leela ran around the village, sharing the guitar's magic. Every time someone said "thank you," the guitar played cheerful songs that made everyone dance and smile. The baker thanked the grocer, the children thanked the teacher, and even the birds seemed to chirp along with the music. The village felt warmer, happier, and full of kindness, all because of the little guitar of gratitude. That night, under a sky full of twinkling stars, Leela placed the guitar by her bedside. She whispered, "Thank you for bringing happiness to everyone." The guitar softly glowed, as if saying thank you back. Leela dreamed of a world where kindness and gratitude made music everywhere, reminding everyone that even the smallest thank you can create the biggest joy.